I'm joined this week by Washington Examiner senior political columnist Tim Carney. And Tim, you've been to Hungary recently, which has become a model for a lot of conservatives when it comes to government policy encouraging baby making. But you've written in the magazine that maybe it shouldn't be.
Well, they did have great success there, and they've done a lot of important things. The Hungarian government, they're sort of stating very clearly marriage and family are good things, and they did succeed last decade in going from Europe's worst birth rate to its third best. But one of the things that I point out is that the last 3 years has seen a 15% drop in the birth rate and a huge drop in the marriage rate as well. So some of their policies, they may be giving extra money to families, but that doesn't mean the same as encouraging family. For instance, they're not really helping make homes more affordable, and also they're politicizing family formation. Viktor Orban is a very divisive figure, and if people there associate getting married and having kids with one of the parties there, then that could end up actually harming family formation.
Right, and if something like that became too right-coded, for example, in the United States, you could see it having adverse consequences for what you were trying to accomplish. But are there some technical things you think that they're doing that they're either doing wrong or they could be doing better?
Well, they are not subsidizing the production of housing. So they give lots of money to families through all sorts of tax breaks, and that's helpful, but if it means that family homes are just all getting bid up, you're subsidizing demand of housing is something we did in the U.S. before, and it didn't work out. So they're not really subsidizing the supply side of housing. And also, they do have a tax break for mothers who have multiple kids. This really ends up subsidizing only working mothers. A stay-at-home mom, a couple with a mother that stays at home, doesn't get any benefit from that. And in fact, a lot of the research I've looked into over the years has shown that helping a family have one person who either doesn't work for pay or works only part-time, that's really pronatal. So they're not, their biggest tax break doesn't benefit stay-at-home moms. That's another, I think, problem with their policy.
Are there concerns, like in the U.S. welfare system before the welfare reform of the 90s, of subsidizing fatherless children or encouraging more births out of wedlock or anything like that?
No, so their family policy is more oriented towards marriage. Mm-hmm. And that's actually a way in which you see them do things that you don't think politically people would even try in the U.S., saying there is a right way to do this, which is to get married and have kids. But again, the details do matter, I absolutely believe, but I think that when it comes to, if you're just giving people money to get married and have kids, there's only so many people who are really going to be moved by that. Mm-hmm. For most people, what's keeping them from getting married and having kids is a career orientation or just not wanting to get married and have kids. Right. And a few $1,000s is not going to change that.
Is there a big public policy thing that you would do differently than what Hungary is doing now?
Well, in the U.S., I do absolutely agree that a large child tax credit has to be part of our tax code. But really, I would look to build family-friendly housing. So more duplexes with a little yard, more townhomes, the sort of things where you're increasing the supply, but not just with large apartment buildings. That's something that I would like to see states do.
Thank you, Tim.
Thank you.